Morning, guys. It's your old Grandpa Coyote coming to you once again here from where? Crestone, Colorado, in the United States of America, on the planet Mother Earth, part of the Milky Way galaxy, part of the stars that we see surrounding us, part of everything that we are. Maybe even the center of it, right there where you are. The center of it all, right here where I am. Right over there where my dog lays. You know? It's everywhere within you, and within you everywhere you go. We are the one love the universe has for itself in all. And we are here to put that into practice. Earth, Mother Earth, and all of her children, going through some of the most sweeping changes we've ever realized in all of the generations past. Right now, July 19, 2013, we are undergoing the most sweeping changes this planet has ever known. And those that would dominate the world, those who work through governments and religions and banks to control us all, are kind of running scared. They're trying to pull the whammy on you before you can get it yourselves, before we open up and actually do this thing. So what I'm here telling you, folks, friends, babies, brothers and sisters, is hang on. The ride's going to get wilder as we go towards the full moon. When the moon is full, there's going to be some amazing and startling revelations about that time, inside of you and all about you. Now, there are those who would fake you out and mean to fake you out, mean to deceive you, and put all of this earth's children into some kind of increased stages of slavery. Wipe most of us off the face of the earth because they think we're an inconvenience to their lives. They don't quite see it in the state of oneness just yet. But understand, as I've told you before, kids, we've come here. We're the baited trap. We're the ones they're after, yeah, because we're after them. We're bringing them home to their heart. Those that have practiced in these dark ways and have more thoroughly enjoyed the dynamic of dualism, divided nature, than any of the rest of us, and put all the rest of us through hell because of it. Yet, it's our choice. It's our experience. It's what we've chosen to be. It's what we've chosen to do. It's what we are. So nobody's blaming them either. You can love them without accepting all the bad crap they pull. You can love them even when you begin to see through it. And babies, you don't even have a clue as to what's been going on this earth. Well, maybe a few of you do, but many of you don't. Everything that happens here transpires first behind the scenes in what we call the mystical realms. Now what this means is we are a part of the divine source creator within ourselves, each and every one of us, whether we be dog, animal, plant, human, bird. We are that creation, and we are that creation creating itself within ourselves. And this is how it's done. We live this life as a dream, a living movie as I've described to you before. But it comes from within you. Yeah, it's kind of programming because you dream it first. And right here in the center of ourselves is this place where it all comes from, where it all comes through, comes out of our heart and right into existence. And the more you practice meditative practices, the more you spend time in communion with yourself and the divine nature all around you as well as within you, the more you're going to see this, the more you're going to live it, the more you're going to love it. And there's just a few key people here on this earth that quote, quote, has to get it. The rest of you, you're just along for the ride, kind of. Because we're all doing this together, however. So if one person makes it, then every person is there with them. This is simply how it works. And since we've already been there in these mystical realms, which we see as the dream world, which is in fact the creative world, and we live in the dream world, isn't that odd? It's weird how we've set it up. But that's so. We could rediscover the divine mystery within ourselves, unravel it all. Because we have all the answers. We know all the questions. We are the answers and the questions. We're everything that lives. We're everything that does anything, anywhere, at any given time. Now you got to understand that those who would dominate this world have been taken aside and fed a line of bullshit 100 miles long. They think they've been dealing with... I always wondered why I'd get so upset when I'd hear these things about Nepophilians or something like that, and Nibiru and Planet X and all that crap, and all the shenanigans going on behind the scenes in the government, and the races they were dealing with and so forth. But lately the divine's revealed a little bit to me, and I know, and I can let the cat out of the bag now, because it's too late to change it. These people who think they would dominate the world, think they are being controlled by dark powers, think they're dealing with alien races, have been completely fooled within themselves. And as they try to pull their big whammy, the whammy that we've pulled, we, the divine beings, the angelic ones, who have come to live here as humans as well, the divine paradox unlocks itself, reveals itself. And everybody just kicks back and has the greatest laugh of the eternities. Because we fooled ourselves. And we've done it beautifully. We fooled ourselves right back into enlightenment. And you might think I'm a crazy old man talking foolish nonsense. But you know better. There in your heart, you know every word, every element of energy coming through me rings true. Because it's there in your heart too. Because we're in this together, babies. There ain't anybody divided off. There's not anyone who's president, king, emperor that has any more authority here than you do. Or I do. Or my dog does. We're all in this together. We're a singular consciousness. And through some pretty tricky stuff, we've swung the trapdoor wide open, and the darkness has stepped right into it. All of our brothers and sisters that live in that dimension, that particular application of life, stepped right into it, and now the trapdoor is about to close. Babies, we rock. We've done what we've come here to do. And there's no longer too much doing. It's all about sitting still and letting the wonder, the divine wonder of it all come through you, because it's pre-created. You did it a long, long time ago. In that mystical realm, which is our home, which is our reality, which is the place we are returning to. Hey, if you hear a bunch of bullshit out there on the internet or on YouTube that sounds unbelievable, most of the time it is. If you get these guys that channel, and girls, that channel great light, great love, that's a beautiful thing. But remember, some of these are deceivers. And they've come here to deceive. So just notice the subtleties they practice when they're sharing their channelings with you. How they carry on and on and on about something that could be said in about 3 sentences. But they go on for 3 pages. That's to tire your mind, to open you up to suggestion, to wear you down. And then somewhere towards the end of it, they start throwing in the disinfo, or perhaps all the way through it. The disinfo being the idea that we're divided from anything, or that anything or anybody is our enemy. You see, they're more than friends. They're more than brothers and sisters. They are life, and we are together in that life as one person. In a billions and billions, uncountable numbers, of different ways and different forms. Babies, can you learn to love and appreciate yourself? Can you truthfully let go of all the faults you see in your heart? Can you let go of the judgments you've held on yourself, and by that I mean the judgment you hold on others too? Because if you're looking down your noses, or if you're feeling offended or hurt by anyone, you're feeling offended and hurt by yourself. It's simple as that. If you're making plans to dominate an entire planet and blow up the whole earth, you're just ripping yourself apart. And there ain't going to be nothing left of you. Were that to actually happen. This time, babies, the trap worked. They're not getting away with it. So what we're moving into, instead of an age of abomination, an age of darkness. Hell, we've been there already, guys. Don't you recognize it? Hell's bells, you guys are stupid sometimes, man. You just won't see. All you gotta do is look. That's all you gotta do. Just take one frickin' look, and you'll start to see the levels of the divine revealing itself through you. One honest look at yourself. One honest look at anything around you. Start to realize what honesty is. It's not about telling the truth or lies. It's about living the truth, about seeing it so you can live it, so you can be it. You've got all these big prescriptions given to you by all the ancient masters and all these doctrine and covenants and all this bullshit, but not one of them has the how. They say meditate and pray and so forth. Not one of them shares that reality with you, because they don't know it yet. It's just hocus pocus bullshit designed to keep you under control and containment until you can get to a point where the light finally shines through you and you step out of the darker ways. It's real simple. But in order to do that, obviously you have to adopt the darker ways. And you have, we all have, for many centuries without end now. Generation after generation after generation. We've been through the darkness. We've tested every element and dynamic of it to the ultimate cruelty, to the stuff they're trying to play on you right now. The world dominators. What a bunch of fucking clowns, man. And I say this with love, but they are. And you know, clowns are meant to be entertaining. And it's about time we started looking at them like that instead of as the boogeyman, the big threat. They're no threat to us. They're more of a threat to themselves. Yet, if they're threatening themselves, they're threatening us. Yet there is no threat. It's an act beyond belief. And the belligerent have been led into a complacent place where they're going along to get along. Where they've been completely fooled by their own deception. A deception of their own creating. It was their fail-safe. They trusted us to end it this way, to finish it for them, when they began that path. And here we are doing it. Now it doesn't get any better than that, yet it does. The divine paradise awaits those who step through this divine paradox and see beyond all the bullshit we've been given. We've been given. Babies, I love you like a rock. And I am your old grandpa. Somewhere there inside of you, you know that. Even though I'm just sitting here as this humble old cowboy in his flamboyant shirt. I am your grandfather. The same as that grandfather's in you. And the grandmother's in you. The grandmother of all. Which is inside of each part of creation. And there is no sincere division. We're in it as we are because we like being this, because we like doing this. But it's because it's time now to set ourselves free. We've learned the creative lessons. We've come here, designed into ourselves, awakenings. And therefore, we can let go of all these preconceived ideas, these notions of what's right and wrong, and go by our true feeling, not the gut instinct, our true feeling, that which knows, and does so in this knowing through the greatest care you can imagine. So this is what you're developing here, and this is what's coming forward through you right now as you listen to this little bitty video. It's the heart that's awakening, the divine heart inside of yourself. And you're going to see truth from levels that even a day ago you couldn't understand. And tomorrow even more profoundly. Until there is no today or tomorrow, and it all comes back together in the one gigantic moment of love that has created all. And yeah, we're here to re-experience that too, just so we can remember. Because we've been so lost. I mean, look at these world dominators. Good God, talk about lost. So we've been so lost that now, as we step forward into it, as we are found, we explode in that great moment of ecstatic joy, the eternal orgasm, the Christ that goes on forever. And it's there in you, and inside of me too, because in that way we're living in the same person as a part of them. You get it now? Revolutions are happening, babies, and you don't gotta fight anything. That's probably the most sincere point I want to make here right now. Don't fight anything. Don't accept everything, of course. If it's disagreeable to you, don't do it. But that doesn't mean you hate it or fight it. You can resist through love. Understanding meanings. You can draw lines. You can be angry and still be loving. You can cuss like a mofo and still be loving. And not just angry. Love is our central essence. What is that? It's not the romance thing we've been told over the years, sung into our hearts again and again. Though that's a mighty purty thing and it's a lot of fun. But that's not the way. That's not the love. That's not the life we're living. It's only a part of it. Love is the all-powerful force that moves you. Just the way it's moving you now. It's the same force that creates. The same force you see when you look in a petri dish and watch the microscopic and the submicroscopic function. The same force you see when you look through a telescope and see the mighty nirvanas out there in space. You know, whatever they call those things out there. All the stars and garters. That's what love is. It's truth. Not in words. Truth that lives. Truth that grows. Truth that demonstrates itself again to you. Again and again and again. Truth that grows as you live it. It's a real thing. Not something that any commandment could ever put into you or take out of you. Not something that any authority can give you or take from you. It's in you. You're the authority. We're the love, the creative essence. And in that is all authority. And there's no authority in the law or the religion. None. Or the government. None. It's in you. It's in this love. It's in this life. Now we've been taught to practice the opposite of that. Just so that we'd stay away from our true hearts until the time of re-beginning, of reawakening. Until we'd fulfilled all of the elements and covenants we made with the darker forces a long time ago. It's a sheer act of pure, willing love that we step into now by recognition that what we've been through was all designed to get us here. Every bit of it. Think about that for a while, kids. Grandpa's going to see you again real soon. Love you like a rock. And roll. And that does indeed soothe your soul.
Tell me, are we alive? Or just a dying planet? What are the chances? As the man